Alrighty then. Welcome back, gamers. Let's play some Hardened scales again, shall we? Let's put one more +1/+1 counter on it instead today. Today, I wanna play this list again against the probably ring-infested metagame. We shall see how we do. Usually the control decks with ring are really annoying, but most annoying is Khan, the great creator, so hopefully we dodge that. I wanna play a Haywire Might today. I have a needle, but I also want the Might today. Kinda can exile a ring and do some other stuff, and lately I didn't really want to play 3/4 of Vigor, so let's make that change today and see how that does. And with that, let's jump into a Modern League and have some fun, shall we? Hopefully not too many Karn matchups, because I always get depressed with that card. Main deck shuts down all my stuff. I'd even rather fight some Dorothy Voidwalkers than Karn the Great Creators, even though they're both pretty unfunny for this deck. And we have... Do we? We have our first match on the draw against OX0. I'm gonna keep this. It's kinda meh, but I'm still a believer in keeping hands with lanes and spells. Obviously we want the Scales or an Ozolith or an Saga Forest mirror match? No. Ignoble Hierarch. What does Forest Ignoble Hierarch mean these days? Let's play the Stirrings, maybe we find an Ozolith or an Saga. Alright, nice. The best sequence here would obviously be Ballista, like Scales into Ballista to kill the Mana Dog, but... Okay, so it's the Yawgmoth deck with Ignoble Hierarch. Interesting. Do you not have a land, or are you slow rolling on me? They do have the land. Yeah. Against Yawgmoth, we can always just die. Let's play the Walker, I guess. Like, they can next turn already do Eldritch Evolution to get out Yawgmoth if they want to. Anyway. Andy's kinda ugly. I don't know. There's just the hard cast Yawgmoth turn 3 with an Undying Creature out. That's pretty sick. Not sure if we have much game against that with them on the play. Depends what the last two cards are, I guess. One Undying Creature isn't yet an Infinite Loop. But Yawgmoth is so good at drawing cards and killing our stuff. Now I'm gonna be sad that I took out a Dismember because it's best in this matchup, but we also have lots of other good sideboard options in the matchup in Gravedigger's Cage and such. Okay. I guess we just play our stuff, but against Yawgmoth, we are always pretty dead. So I'll just see what happens, what they want to do. With Ravager at least we can sacrifice things so they don't get to draw their cards. They might want to do something in response to him. Opponent says, I guess that's an MTGO bug. What? They're not targeting anything? Oh, they're targeting the Undying Creature, of course. Maybe they're confused by me getting a Thopter with Hangerback Walker, but that's how it's supposed to be. +1/+1 and -1/-1 counters cancel each other out as a state-based effect, but not before the creature dies. Which means we still get our modular stuff and our Thopters off of the +1 counters on the creatures. So they're gonna be confused again here that this does something. Now they have 5 cards in hand and we have 4 lands. I don't see this going anywhere, but they only need to play a second Undying creature and okay, opponent says they looked it up already and realized that's how it's supposed to work. Yo, what's up, Sean Rover? And thank you for the follow, Lars. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. We're getting wrecked by the physician today. The doctor is in. Probably. Not dead, but they have so much card draw going and removal. Am I doing pretty well? How about you? The opponent was confused by Walker giving me a Thopter when it dies by getting a -1 counter. This is always a judge call in paper too. Okay. Resetting the Undying again with Wall of Roots to draw a card. I could sacrifice the Ravager to not let them draw a card here. I should have done it before the thing came back, right? Because then they can also... Well, they can't really kill the Thopter. Well, they could. I could also sacrifice the Thopter to save Ravager, but they just sack that again. So let's do it this way. They don't draw a card and they would have to give up the Geist to kill the Thopter. Which is still what they should do because they draw cards off of it and we don't. I probably should have done that before the Geist came back, but... Orcish Bowmasters. Okay, sure. I mean, that's a very good card, but... not one I'm generally scared about. But we're so dead here since they just control us. Been blue drawn and got an okay list going, nice. It's a kind of a meme deck, isn't it? Like people always say it's just generally worse than normal green Tron or Eldrazi Tron. I've never played any, so or either of them, so I don't actually know. Yeah, the biggest problem here is that they're drawing so many cards. We can't... Also, we drew only lands. It's about time... Like, it costs them life, but we don't have a board to punish that, sadly. About time to concede, I guess. Maybe not quite at concession point, but... Blue Tron equals cool Tron. I can't disagree with that. It's definitely cool. With Needle in the main, no. But at this point where Saga goes off, it's probably too late anyway. If we could get one here. Well, they're at 9, so maybe, but... Anyway, we can grind this out by killing them before they kill us. Could get a Wasp here or a Ozolith. The Yawgmoth doesn't do much because it just dies to basically anything. So let's see. We still got anything here. That's the kind of reason I'm brewing it everybody against until they get Mindslaver locked. I got Mindslaver locked before, it's super fun. Well, not for when they do it to you, but for the one who does it. This is so rough. They gave up on the Bowmaster, it's kind of funny. You got 7 cards in hand and they're at 8. What are you fetching here? Forest? For what? For Seichu? Sure. Why though? You can just Yawgmoth it. This way I get a land, and other way you would draw a card and not use your Boseichu. But sure, you can do that. Yeah, anyway, Blue Tron's definitely a fun deck, but I don't know if it's like viable in the meta. Maybe it is. Blue is good. Countering the ring seems okay to me. I'm just gonna concede this. They've got no more no more stuff going. When they play the turn 3 Yawgmoth on the play, it's like you got basically not much going on. Gravedigger's Cage is the best card against this deck. Jailer also does something, I guess. It works against the Undying part. Dismember is good. Even Safekeeping could be playable. Don't even know what to take out here. Maybe some workers. Some of these slower cards, maybe. Taking out cards of Hardened Scales is always the hardest thing to do. But I definitely need some sideboard against this deck. They probably have Forces of Vigor, so the Welding Jars do some stuff. Yeah, anti-meta, nice. I'm just trimming here. Usually I would take out all of my Patchwork Automatons, but I don't even run that card anymore. Okay, sounds okay to me. Not really much going on in terms of killing them. But we got a sideboard card and some engines and a Ballista which can kill Mana Dogs, I guess. Would be better if we had an actual Hardened Scales, but you can't wish for best hands ever, right? Ozolith is funny because the -1 counters also go onto the Ozolith. And I didn't realize this for a long time, but you can put the counters from Ozolith onto an opponent's creature too. So one time I had 11 -1 counters on an Ozolith because I blocked an Yawgmoth Nexus with a hammer with one of my own. And all of the infect counters went onto the Ozolith. So you can then put the counters back onto an opponent's creature too. Young Wolf. Saga is a nice draw. Now I wish I played Green Source earlier. But I'm just gonna play it a turn later and go like this. Opponent doesn't have Mana Dork going, which is probably good for us, and if they play one... Well, Wall of Roots is always annoying, you can't really Ballista that. So maybe we need to just play the Jailer next turn. You don't have to do the whole always play everything second main phase against my deck when I'm tapped out, I think. But it's just a general playstyle thing, I guess. Opponent even slow rolled the basic land earlier, just because they can. Then people say you have to run the ring, so I'm not. Watsy will probably ban it within a year, so not buying one. Yeah, I hope so. It's a really stupid card. It's just dumb card design. I've had a player play a ring every turn with Emery plus Legend Rule. Okay, sure. If you're being hateful, that's fine with me. I think I'll just play the Ballista. The question is, do I play what's the Saga or do I try to wait on it? But if they haywire my what's the Saga, I still get my engine, which is probably good. They might in response to Ballista. So we get some information out of that. Yeah, let's do that. Probably gonna kill my Shadow's Fire when I cast this, and then I play my Saga. I was half tempted to run mill to have Surgical Extraction. Yeah, right. The dumbest thing about the ring is the fact that you can legend rule it. Because you're drawing so many cards, then you play another one and you negate the whole downside of it actually killing you. There should be some sort of clause where it says you always have to keep the one with more counters on it or something. On top of everything else that's wrong with the card. This is what bugs me the most. And old legend rules, where both go to the graveyard. There was a middle red legend rule, I think. You could even kill your opponent's legends with your own, that was funny. There was a time in Standard where people would play Umizawa's Cheetah just to kill Umizawa's Cheetah. That's hilarious. Because the old legend rule said there could only be one on the whole battlefield of a legend. Okay. So, we can get Gravedigger's Cage here, which is the best card against the opponent's deck. They already used the removal spell. We can also get Mr. Zabaz just because we have not much going on here. But I think we try to find something good off of Stirrings. And get the cage to shut the opponent down more. Hopefully they don't force of Vigor me. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong. This is not the turn yet where it goes off. That's fine, I was gonna play my stuff anyway, so... Never mind me. Okay, we get another Urza Saga or Ballista or Zabaz. I guess then Urza Saga is the best card to pick. Might make tokens and get a Zabaz off of it. Yeah. Gangnam Style. In response to my Soulless Jailer, my opponent plays Orcish Bowmasters. Sure. Do I wanna ping it or do I wanna save the counters? I guess I'll ping it. Wait, oh, they didn't even get their MS now because the target was gone. I don't know why they did it in response to Jailer. Players can cast non-creature spells from... It doesn't really prevent that from happening, but... It always has to be in response. You can't just do things and step. That's not possible. Alright. Now we can maybe get Pithing Needle. Is Chalice any good anymore? Yeah. It's very good against all of the Cascade decks. Sick draw. Can we assemble a kill? Probably not, since we kinda have to get Pithing Needle here. Yeah, Cascade is sick against every... Chalice is sick against every Cascade deck. Do we play around Force of Vigor as one of the two cards in the opponent's hand? I guess not. Like, one way we could do it is get a Welding Jar. But they could have it. I guess now we'll make a construct. They do have Force of Vigor, we're in trouble. They can just hardcast it too. But if not, they're pretty much shut down now. Delighted Halfling. That is a delightful card, if you ask me. You know, I used to hate this matchup because it's really hard since Yawgmoth is very good against us. But there's so many decks that annoy me more that I actually like this matchup now. But if you're asking about is Chalice good against, like, just Chalice on 1 against decks with lots of 1-drops, I have no idea. It is kinda good against me, since I play a lot of 1-drops now. And I don't have any proliferate effects anymore, sadly. There used to be some in the deck. But on the other hand, I did beat the Chalice on 1 the other day, but in that game I got really lucky and just drew my 2-drops instead. The opponent is pausing. What does that mean? They can do Quartz and just a Geist. All of their cards are really bad as long as the Doctor is not around to be annoying to us. Now they have 1 card, so I don't have to be worried about Force of Vigor. Do they have any reach cards? Like, we might actually Yawgmoth them now. Like, we definitely have enough to kill them with Ozolith, Ravager, Yawgmoth, Nexus. And I don't think they have any... They could have a Dismember, I guess. I don't know if that deck plays any Dismembers. We have to sacrifice 1 card plus Zabas to get to a lethal Yawgmoth. That's usually how it works. So I'm definitely gonna go for it. I don't think they have a Dismember in hand. They could court for 2. I don't know what they could get. Court for 1 and get Haywire Might. Doesn't really help. Throne of Geth comeback when? That is a good question. I loved that card, especially with Animation Module. Make things and sacrifice them and then pump your board. Alright, so now we get 4 Modular counter and then 5 from Ozolith. That's always kind of the setup. Ravager, Modular creature and 1 more artifact. Let's see if there's something the opponent can do to... Maybe they could court for Haywire Might and kill my Ozolith. Then I would at least have a 2-turn clock, but... Okay. I guess that's not what's happening. Maybe. No. There's no reach, right? Green cards always have reach printed in the middle of the card so you can't see it. Like World Breaker or whatever that card is called. Do they have Code of Calling now? What can they get for it though? Is there X equals 3? I thought it was 2. No, 3 green and Wolf Roots. Oh, and Endurance, interesting. So there's a reach card now, but they're down to 0 cards and our attacker doesn't die. So Endurance is better than like anything that says destroy an artifact when it enters. Like, what would they need to top deck here? A way to kill Pithing Needle, I guess. Even had it not Might was engraved. Yeah, Might would also not have done it though. Like, Might kills Ozolith, but I still get a 5/5 Yawgmoth that kills them in 2 turns. Like, a Might cannot kill a creature. Alright. Now comes the part where we try to do the same thing but better in game 3. Yeah. Give code of mine response to Modular. Might kill Needle. Right. They probably would have done that a lot earlier if they had a Might, or if another Might in the deck. Just kill the Needle and do some shenanigans. Okay, the sad 1 lander, we even have the Caverns, but I can't keep this. Okay. No sideboard cards, but Scales. Ballista is quite sick against the Mana Dog deck, I guess. Best draw would probably be like the cage, the needle, something like that. Cage is sick because it shuts down all of their tutor cards. Yeah, this card's good against Scales Ballista. Stirrings is quite good. Opponent on the play with a mana dork is always super scary, but I can't just go to 5 trying to find a sideboard card, I think. Too rough. What of roots? Mana dogs with not 1 toughness. How dare you, opponent, so rude. Okay. This deck makes mana dogs the most intimidating ever. Alright. Well, if I'm gonna Stirrings, I shouldn't have made my land drop yet. But I'm still gonna play it. Hopefully finding... Okay, there's not much here. I guess we have to hope that Workers and Ballista are gonna be good enough. But they probably already get the Doctor in play. Probably should have played Worker then and not the Glimmer Wasp. Best potential outcome is they don't get Yawgmoth down and we play Ballista and kill some stuff. But I don't think playing Ballista here and killing 1 halfling is good enough. Yawgmoth. Oh, do they actually not have Yawgmoth or any tutor card? You can still code for Yawgmoth though. On my turn, I guess. Greased. That's also pretty good, but yeah, I should have played Worker. Was kind of a mistake. Because Sabasi is obviously a lot better than Worker. But my thought process was I could play Ballista and use the Sabasi ability to Modular onto it and kill more things next turn. Oh, nice. Imagine if it survived, we could have just Legend ruled it. Alright, so they obviously didn't have the Yawgmoth yet. I think I wanna Ballista, kill the Grist, and play a Worker. I kinda need this Ballista to live though, so another line would be play all my 1-drops. And then next turn play Ballista and kill a Worker. But let's see what the rest in the opponent's hand is. This way at least we get to kill the Planeswalker already and they don't get more value out of it. But it's kinda all about the Yawgmoth anyway. Dude, who's the +1 counter deck? I guess that's the... Okay, I just realized this and this bothers me now. Why is the +1 counter and the -1 counter symbol not the same, but turned upside down? Are they coding? Oh no. There's the Doctor. That sucks. Did they just draw that, or could they just somehow not cast it earlier? I think they definitely could have, right? This is always super rough when the Doctor is already out. They can kill my board and draw cards. I guess here they don't draw cards, just ping face, I guess. But now my interaction is gone. Would you like to give some feedback on my list? Sure. I don't know how valuable that is, honestly, since I don't really play any other decks, but I'll take a look. Imagine if we had the Bowmaster, that would be quite sick against the Doctor. I guess that's why so many decks run it now, it's just good against some decks, not amazing against mine. Up on the halfling, draws a card. Blooming Marsh. If they have another Undying creature, it's pretty bad. Is Moxfield fine to send? Will bot ban me? There are no bans, no. You can send. And they have 5 cards again. This is the worst part. But I don't think you mulligan to 5 to find an answer, you just hope it sort of works out. But maybe, like, if you do have a needle or something, the matchup becomes quite a lot better. They have answers too, though, so, like, they might have, and they can tutor for their shit. So, yeah, probably not amazing to do that ever. Alright, I'll play my cards, but at this point, they can do so much. Every of these is 2 card draws with Yawgmoth. Because you can reset Young Wolf and then sacrifice it again. And yeah. And if they find second Undying creature, they can basically draw as many cards as they want, and then they have to get a Blood Artist, and it's a combo. But I guess we're gonna see what happens. The die roll was probably huge here, with them having Yawgmoth turn 3 on the play. Game 1. But yeah, this is the matchup where I love my dismembers. I'm playing a second Metamorph these days instead of it. Because it's good against, like, you could copy a ring, you can copy an Archon, you can copy a Fury or something like that. So it does a little bit more, but maybe... I've been thinking that maybe copying a ring isn't actually very effective anyway. Because it's usually way better for the deck that plays it than for ours. Yeah, Court of Calling for Blood Artist or something. Or the Geist. Because 2 Undying creatures means you can draw as many cards as you have life points. And they got Hapatra, that's another combo. I could destroy it to not give them the card draw. Does it even matter at this point? Ah, I could have Pendelhavened it. And I'm pretty sure we're losing this no matter what we do. I mean, they don't have any life gain set up yet. But they're still at 8 and we have no board. By Pendelhavening, they would have needed to give up on Yawgmoth again or something, but... Another chord. I guess they wouldn't straight up win here if I did that. But that's GG's. Like, I still lose everything, I guess. Alright. Yeah, Yawgmoth is a hard one, but doable. But let's move on. Alright, on the draw again versus Mr. Poggers. With a keeper for match 2. Got most of what we want. Let's see what we're playing against. Against mulligans to 6. Did you guys know that Magic is easier when you just go first? Since some lists run nimble. Yeah, I can't give too much input on that. Maybe it's good, I have no idea. It's a cool card is all I can say. Team Vents go. Well, I hope it's a Murktide deck and not a creativity deck, but those usually play fetch lands first. Are we ready to get spell pierced? Players run a lot of spell pierces, and I'd rather get discounted than my Ozolith. And if not, we can still go Ozolith Worker next turn. Okay. I have 3 lands, do I want another? I guess I'll take a Walker. It wasn't an amazing stirring, so I'd like to see Ravager or what's a Saga most of all cards. One is considering... No, it's Forest Cycling, okay, so we're playing against Living End. Here we really would have liked to have an Arcbound Ravager, or winning the die roll. With Arcbound Ravager you can put some stuff in the graveyard and then get it back when they're Living End. I've won some games just based off of that. Ozolith also does some stuff. Now I hope I don't get it griefed out of my hand, since I was afraid of getting spell pierced. They have a breeding pool. So Living End is kind of a greedy deck these days. It plays like 15 lands and a bunch of these new land cycling cards. I've had opponents stumble and oh nice. And are never finding their mana. This card has reach, which is annoying if we ever wanna kill them with Yawgmoth Nexus. So my hope is they don't have a land and don't just slam Living End. They would get 3 creatures. Okay, they do have another land cycler, so they could just do it. Been having some super impactful die rolls today. Okay, that's one of the cards ever. And a no-brainer since I only have 2 drops anyway. Are they gonna Violent Outburst me in response? We might be able to beat 3 creatures, okay. I'll play the Ravager because that is always gonna be around through Living Ends. If I attack, what could happen? Not much. They could Living End, but they can always Living End. Okay. Here we go with the Outburst. I'm not sure how bad that is for me, honestly. So I sacrifice this so I get it back. I could also put the 6 counters on the worker, but I'd rather have 2 bodies. Also for that game plan I should have done it the other way. So I would have a Ravager with a lot of counters, but I still prefer 2 bodies over a Ravager with 7 counters, I think. Yeah, this deck's so funny against Living End. As long as you have Ravagers. And here I'm happy I played the Workers, because Patchwork Automaton would not be good. Not be as good as Worker here. So they get food, and they can do stack the top 3 of my deck. But I'm not sure if we're not ahead here. With the Ozolith and everything. They don't have flying cards too. Or Waker of Waves. Opponent's like, where's the option to shuffle? Like with Ponder. Anyway, drawing Ravager was huge in this game, otherwise we would not have anything now, except a few Ozolith counters. What about the timing though? If they Living End in response to me casting the Ravager, I get fewer counters. They are attacking even with the reach creature. It's quite aggressive. Okay, I can sacrifice the worker, make the Ravager 7/7 and block the tree. Maybe they have a Boseiju, which would suck, or an Otawara, but they're kinda still dead to this Yawgmoth now. They're letting me block, so they don't have any of those. Maybe you don't run the channel lands if you play the creature, the land cycling mana base. Since you do need your typed lands, I don't know. But opponent's kinda dead on board. So they sort of have to Living End again. Yeah, let's play a Walker and then attack for 17. I mean, they have a food token, I guess. I could just sack my Ozolith now, but that would be sort of bad against another Living End instant speed. But we would still get like so many Thopters. Like they need to sacrifice the food now or they're dead, so I'll pass priority here and see if they do it. Okay, just another outburst, sure. I can just make so many Thopters though. This is hilarious. I love this matchup sometimes. And that's 37 counters on the Ozolith. Oh my god. So good. Fucking amazing. And now we need to sideboard. Opponents bringing in the forces of Vigor, I'm pretty sure. We have a Chalice of the Void against Cascade and the Soulless Jailer against Cascade. And that's it. Gravedigger's Cage doesn't stop any cascading. Relic helps. Yeah, we might also want the Relic on the draw to go max anti-combo. Actually, Ozolith is one of the best cards ever here too. Ballista is not the best against Living End. Do I take out 2 Ballistas? Is that insane? Let's see. Might be insane, but I like my Chars against Forces of Vigor. I like my Workers, since they are actually good against Living End if you have some in the graveyard. Obviously, though, Ravager best. I hope they don't play a Leyline of the Void. That would shut down all of those shenanigans for me. This looks like a keep to me. No opening hand action, please. Okay, nice. Like, Leyline of the Void means I don't get any of my diet triggers. Because they go to the exiled zone. Street Wraith, edgy artwork, what the fuck? What's that? Is this TMR? TMR, Dominaria Remastered? Was that a standard legal card? Funny. Urza's Saga. And any Cyclops. Oliphaunt. Creature type elephant. What the hell is an Oliphaunt? Just a big elephant? I'm glad that they banned all of the fast mana cards out of Modern. Like, it was kinda unfair that, say, I can't use Moxopal, but the opponent can use Simian Spirit Guide to speed up their game plan. I think I'll not play with the Saga, because then they can Force of Vigor and it's really bad. Yeah, let's play the Ravager, I guess. At this point, if they're Living End, I only get a Ravager, but it's still in the loop, as I want to say. But they could cycle 2 things and then Living End and have lots of stuff. Ah, there's the Force. Sure. Violent Outburst exiled, interesting. You have to do this sand step or something. Yeah, you can only do it on opponent's turn. So they have Shardless Agent here probably. We do get a Ravager, but the Scales is gone, making it all a lot worse. But happy I didn't play Saga, because they can kill it with Force of Vigor before I even get to have mana off of it. Alright. This is gonna be harder than the first game, but we're still kinda fighting for it. Oliphaunt is scary because it has 6 power and it gives something else +2/+0 and trample. So this is a lot of power. What are we doing? You're trying to decide who to stack the deck for? Okay. Alrighty. We can drop his Scales in the Walker. We'd have a Walker with 2 counters, which means we could make Ravager big. We can play Walker and Zabaz, or a Scales and Zabaz, and Stirrings. Scales plus Zabaz means we can get Ravager to +5, so a 6/6. Walker means we make Ravager a 5/5 and get 2 Thopters. Could even make it a 7/7 then. Probably the better choice of action. Walker's better against second Living End since it leaves things behind. But let's just do that, I guess. So we could make a 7/7 plus jump block something. Get the Oliphant out of the way. Another Force of Vigor. Don't do me like this. Like, what else is this pause, right? They're trying to decide targets. Okay. I guess if they have Force of Vigor, they should have killed Hardened Scales before Walker come down, so maybe they were just AFK. But then again, not everyone plays perfectly all the time. Exhibit A right here before the screen. I don't have a swamp, by the way. Okay. So they could just hardcast Force of Will, which sucks. Force of Vigor, I mean, obviously. This card confused me with Will in the name. So what I wanted to do is sacrifice the Walker. And then block Oliphant. Sacrifice the Thopters to make it a 7/7. They have another force that's really bad for me. On the other hand, do we beat Force of Vigor? This is an attack for 14 damage. I guess I'm gonna do the thing that I said I was gonna do. Let's see what happens. Don't overthink it, and sometimes they just have something, you know. Could also block the Street Wraith and only sacrifice one Thopter. But I guess this way saves the most damage. These pauses, they have something. Now we could let the Ravager die and put the counters on the Thopter. Probably not worth it. If they have Force of Vigor, our creatures are dead now anyway. So, do you got it? Then I'm sad. Otherwise, it's quite okay. Okay, looks like no. Four mana. So they do have it, but they let the thing die. Foundation Breaker, okay. That's also quite annoying, but we got a creature out of the way. Sadly, we don't have an Ozolith going around. Yeah, losing my modular counter, sadly. I could put it here. Yeah. But the trampling is gone now. Okay. With two Zabases, I could make one of them a 5/5, which is bigger than all the opponent has. Or I could get the Yawgmoth Nexus and try to kill them in a turn. I'm at 15. If I make a 5/5, they don't really have great attacks anymore. Alright. It's even a 6/6, isn't it? Since one dies and puts its counters on the other, but there's two replacement effects happening. We're not beating more removal, but this is what we got, I guess. We can beat another living end, of course, since our graveyard is now semi-stacked. Any attacks? This matchup is so funny. Least threatening combo matchup. Okay, they do attack with all. Blocked bad. Down to 8. If they do Living End again, we have the better board, I'm pretty sure. Grief, okay, sure. Menace is a bit scary. One might say menacing. Wait, no, it's evoked. So they might go Grief into a Cascade card now. That's fine, I only have a land in hand. Alright, last card is Shardless Agent. Maybe an outburst. Could get my relic. Yeah, okay, they're doing is draw step now. I get a Ravager and a Sabaz and Modular triggers. That's actually not the best timing, I feel like, because I can now make a token afterwards, but on the other hand, if they let this resolve, I can get a graveyard hate piece. Don't I have the better board now? Sadly, the Walker doesn't do anything anymore. That's a lot of modular counters. Goes to 10. Actually, wish I had my my Yawgmoth. Sadly, we drew so many lands, but at least that's a Saga gives us some stuff. I guess it's a worker to have more bodies to block and not die. Like, I feel like our board's better now than the opponent's. Both kinda no cards in hand. If they draw Force of Vigor, they could maybe just kill us by attacking. Not straight up, but two creatures would go unblocked. Yeah, they could give Grief. Actually, I think it would kill us, because giving Grief +2/+0 and Trample means we can't block that. Since of the Menace, yeah. Force of Vigor is lethal. Violent Outburst just for the pump, probably not. It's cool though that this card has like a double effect in this deck. Either you cascade into Living End or you just pump your team. You can just not cast the Living End. Isn't it like either you attack all or you attack nothing? But attacking all means you die, right? Okay. So we block here on the Trampler, then we block with 2 things on the Menacer. What do I want to lose least? Guess I'm gonna lose the construct and the modular creature. Modularing from worker onto Zabaz means it becomes a 6/6. Any actions, Mr. Poggers? Well, that went pretty well for us. Maybe they're setting up another Living End. Like, the only problem would be if they have too many attackers and we just die to an all-out attack. Wow. I guess we are in the flood plane of the game. Yeah, try to go for a kill, I guess. Okay, if we sacrifice the Ravager, we can kill them, but then we lose to a removal spell. Huh. What could they have top decked? I think we go for it. If they have a kill spell, we still die, right? Not really. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna lose to any sort of spot removal here. But otherwise I'm good. Alright, nice. 2-0 against Living End. That's what I want to see. 2020 Glimmer Wasp. Alright, that's fun. On to the next match. Yay, we got the 0 lander. We're on the draw for the 3rd time against Logarithm. Okay. This hand's got some of the best cards in the whole deck. I'll keep one of each. Dump the forest. The Kapluzan forest, because actual forest is good against Blood Moon type shenanigans. It's actually bad against Mono Black because they have 8 Fields of Ruin, so you want all of the basics in the deck. Scalding Tarn. Steam Vents. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Mishra's Bobble. The old resident sleeper of start. Surveil Trigger. Counter spell in the graveyard. Cracks Mishra's Bobble, targeting you. Look at top card of library. The most game actions you could ever do to cast a 1/1. The Buzz isn't amazing on an empty board, but I think it eating like what's it called? Unholy Heat wouldn't be the worst thing ever. It stops this from attacking if they don't find sorcery card or creature card in the graveyard. Channeler on the play is always really scary when they get turn 2 Delirium and start killing you. Alright, yeah. I mean, if I gave them a target. Surveil on top, okay, nice. So no Delirium yet. 2 cards left, you got a 1/1 in play. Okay. Did they mulligan? Oh, they mulled to 5. I was like, why do you only have 2 cards left? They kept something on top. Do we just Ballista the Ballista the Channeler. Usually I don't want to do this because I have that and then my Ballista comes down bigger, but on the other hand, a 1-for-1 trade is pretty sick if it's like this. The only way this loses if they have Consider and Surveil creature in the graveyard, but they didn't do that. Let's go for it. I think this is good. If they have Consider and then mill the card off of the trigger and find a creature, it's really bad. Okay, nice. But otherwise now they have no threat. We might be able to beat a Murktide. It would come down as a 5-5 flyer. Okay, it's just a reg, a van. And regs some vans over there. Now I think I'll just play my Walker because it blocks reg a van really nicely. And then next turn I can go Ozolith Ravager. At this point of the game I don't want to give them any value off of this, I'm pretty sure. Did they surveil Ragavan to the top? That would be weird. Like you can't just get Delirium and Ragavan sucks against my deck anyway. Land. Okay, do I block or do I just... Okay, they're not even attacking, wow. I might have not blocked because with Ozolith I can make this a 3-3. Draw step, fetches. Just in case I'm needling your Scalding Tarn. Does kinda make sense. I played a land in case of Spell Pierce. Let's see if they have Counterspell. They did mill one earlier. In either case, this game's going really well for us. And I'll play my Worker, so I can uptick Walker. This game's going really well for us since they mulled to 5 and had kinda a May start. Dress down, okay. That's annoying because it means it's a counterspell for the Worker and draws a card. And if they have a Lightning Bolt, Walker also dies for no value. So dress down's pretty good here. Or another Unholy Heat, I guess. Okay, looks like that's not happening, maybe. Oh, okay, they do. Really annoying. We get an Ozolith trigger though. That was good value for them. There was 2 cards, kill 2 of my things, and draw a card. Can't really play around it though. At least we have Ozolith. Yo, you wanna cast a Hardened Scales opponent? I'm actually happy not drawing that. Rather draw some creatures here. Ballista would be really sick. Murktide would be scary now since I got nothing left. They cast my Hardened Scales. Does that do anything for them? That's funny. Okay, this is a nice draw. Yeah, Murktide would have been scary here. Make a friggin' 8-8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spells. Got a counter spell as last card. People still play Dress Down. That card is good against casting modular creatures, or any creatures in our deck when they're on the stack. Lightning Bolt, okay, sure. But now we still make 7-7 and 8-8. But they successfully dealt with 5 of my creatures. That's being on the draw against the interaction heavy deck. Scales is good against removal except if they kill your last creature. Right, on the draw against Murktide. Murktide, out of all the Steam Vents decks, Murktide is the one I like playing most. Because either you play against Creativity, which is really annoying with all its exile cards and Archon, or you play against Underworld Breach, which has a combo kill. which is also annoying. I like Relic against Delirium and the namesake Murktide Regent, and that might actually be it. Safekeeping can do some stuff, Dismember can do some stuff, but I think they're not for this matchup really. Needle, are they gonna play the ring? I need to take out a land too. They could have Blood Moon, but I have 3 basics and 2 drums, so generically not too worried about it. 0 creatures. I'll keep it. This is a weird keep, but the UR Saga at least makes it a bit playable. Dragavan's annoying in this spot. The boss. But as we just saw, usually taking Dragavan hits isn't the worst. It ramps them, which is really good for them. But what they find is mostly not amazing. Why is he all white? The original one looked different. Yawgmoth Nexus has entered the exile zone. Channeler, bit scary, but no cards in graveyard yet. They could have counterspell now, which sucks. Walker. Walker is a very good draw. Wanna play around counterspell as much as I can. I think I'll just play this. And then my 2 creatures next turn. Like, Walker is good here, but if it gets countered, it's really bad for me. And they might wanna counterspell this. If they have Spell Pierce, I'm gonna be sad, but... Dress down would also wreck us, kinda. Now we could just make tokens, too, with UR Saga. We're under a bit of pressure. Didn't I have 6? Stop asking me. Yeah, this is gonna be hard to win, but not impossible. This is one of those games where Dragavan is good, because they can make mana off of it. Helps them cast stuff and still keep up counter magic. Like, now I just hope they don't have Dress Down or Counterspell. 5 cards in hand though. Gonna cast the Ballista? No. Well, that's a bad sign. Alright, I'll cast my Ravager. Might eat a Counterspell, and then at least I get a 3/3. Yes. Okay. Well, that sucks. I can't do anything and take another 5 damage. But making constructs is also really bad against that. But as long as we're not dead, we're not dead. And we're still hardened scales. But if they have more dress downs and counter spells, we're gonna die. Oh, they had another... No, they milled another iteration. I'm gonna go get a worker, since at least it's a body. Ugh. So annoying. It's like 2 mana cryptic command against me with upside. Yep. Well, this is one of those snowball games where Murktide is really doing the Murktide thing. It's fine though. It's what the deck's built to do. You have 5 cards, but what are the odds? They are out of interaction and lightning bolts, and we get Ravager plus Walker down. Wanna cast a Walker for 3? At least not yet bolted my face. Dragon time. Nice little 8/8. And now they're gonna bolt my face. Engineered explosives on 2. Okay. I guess that's a thing you can do. Counter spell too. No? We're still losing, but we're not dead yet, I guess. What are you doing? Why are you doing this end step? Is there any point to doing this in the end step? Like you used your treasures. You might as well wait. I should have said drum first. But I think I can still make a 9/9 Thopter. But that sequencing was off. Yeah, I could have made it 10/10, but probably barely matters. It's bigger than Murktide at least. Oh, 11/11. Wait, what did I miss? So I could have kept my drum around, I guess. Wasn't Ravager on 8? Opponent still just needs to find a lightning bolt. Murktide staying behind. Okay. That's funny. Anyway, if I sack drum before the Shadow's Fire, it would be a 12-12. Probably doesn't quite matter much. Where's time to flood out? I am at 3 life. I could attack with this, jump block Murktide and present lethal. Let's go to 1. 1 and 3 is basically the same against this deck, right? But... Alright, let's do it. I think that's the best way to present an out in this game. I guess now I lose to Unholy Heat. Actually, yeah, I do. Let's see. But if they don't have anything, they have to jump block with Murktide now. Aberrate. Okay, that's GG, but that would have killed my big Thopter anyway. So, I still think it's a good idea to attack here. Alright, on the play again. We can't really do much against Dress Down. Like, you could Haywire Might it, but you'd have to have that down already. Actually, that doesn't work either, right? The ability is gone as soon as it's on the field. So we just sort of play through that, I guess. Would be so sick with 1 forest. But I can't go for it. I don't even have a 1-drop to do the Springleaf Drum thing. Alrighty. That sucks too. Really unlucky, but I'm not going to 5 looking for more spells, I think. Yes, Ozolith. But I'm not feeling good about this one. They're on 7 and we have so little to go on. Okay, I guess. I'm not playing the worker because I want to at least be able to modular onto Yawgmoth Nexus when it dies. Okay, they're also on an only interactive draw now. Wish I had a Saga. Ravager. Okay. Ready to get that counterspelled. Or dressed down even. Let's play the worker. Well, I've seen these games play out. And I've won them sometimes when they are all interaction and no pressure, but for now we have so little to go on, sadly. Blood Moon, okay. Well, now I don't wish for it's a Saga anymore. You are in my upkeep, what are you doing? Okay. So you're saying there's a chance? Probably gonna get my Ravager bolted and be sad. But what am I supposed to do? Not play it? Maybe. But they're tapped out, so they can't rest on me. Yeah, this game went really bad because we mulliganed and they had a 2-for-1 and now we have our things, but we have no creatures. We could like get a walker down, it would be sick. At least we're playing some cool matchups today. Like all three matchups we played are ones I kinda like fighting. This is in my experience 50-50, where it really depends on the draws and the die roll too. They won the first one though, on the draw I think. Yeah, that's annoying. Alright. I bet this is gonna get countered, but it's not like I can play around that. Just play it for 2, like... I guess they can't spell snare it then. Press down. That's so good against me. Almost to the point of conceding the match, but if we happen to draw another one of these, or a ballista, I guess we could do some stuff still. Also a lot of power. Ay, ay, ay. Magic is rough sometimes. Almost got it if they didn't have... They had 2 cards left in game 2, and one of them was a removal spell. There was another one of those situations where you just can't beat the removal spell, but you might beat... Or you are gonna beat not having one. Opponent has taken away their own delirium. They have another unholy heat ready for my 2-2, that said. And they got it again. Found the Dragon's Rage channel off of one of the surveils. So we go to 3 life. I don't think any top deck saves us here. Yeah, oh nice. GG's. That's it, but at least it was an interactive match. Let's try to fight 2 more. Alright, 4th lost die roll in a row against Athanasios, but we perform an opening hand action and are kinda on the play then. So we can go Ozolith into Zabaz Ballista. Let's see what we play against. Oh god, are we getting griefed? Double griefed? No, Overgrown Tomb, another Yawgmoth matchup? No. Overgrown Tomb Inquisition? Is it Yawgmoth? Interesting. Ballista is gone. It's probably Yawgmoth, right? Playing a discard spell. Drawing land wasn't really on my list of things that I wanted to do here, but that is okay, I guess. Oh, it's Chand. Chand lands. That is an okay matchup. Anything that's mid-range and doesn't have white is usually pretty good for us. I'll play the Zabaz. It does die to like fatal pushes and shit, but it doesn't die to Ren and 6 and pressures that Planeswalker. But now we got nothing anymore. Nothing left. How did it happen that fast? Okay, Lightning Bolt. In that case, I could have just, instead of playing Hardened Scales, Otolith onto Sabazi would be a 4-4. But it would still die to down tick here, so. Please Swamp out. Don't they have a fetch land in hand? We'll say choose my thing, sure. No, you don't have a. Oh, you do have a target. Oh, wow, that is so annoying. They have the Boseiju loop now. We probably lose to that. Yeah. I guess we could draw a Hangerback Walker. But if I don't draw one next turn, I'm straight up gonna concede to the Boseiju loop. We can't really beat that here. Oh, I exiled one of my basic lands, that's funny. Okay, I guess we get some Thopters going. But not really many, since they can Boseiju again in response to casting the Walker. So we get 2 Thopters and they don't even have to do anything else, I think. Oh, okay, at least we get 3 Thopters, I guess. Still not really anywhere we can beat this. I guess I should just concede this. I mean, they have 13, but they can kill our Thopters with this all the time. Still generally an okay matchup. We got kind of screwed this one. Kills my Nexus. Okay. I guess I'll take my 2 Thopters. And then scoop up this game. Fatal push. You have your Boseiju going. Not like it matters, but yeah, whatever. I'm gonna play a Relic against the Ren and 6, I guess. I don't know if there's anything else. They have Tarmogoyfs probably, so that's pretty good there. Could always play a Needle. Doesn't break up that thing that just happened this game because, well, except if Boseiju's in the graveyard. But is it worth it is a question. Like, you don't really wanna... You could name Urza Saga because they could loop it. But usually we can beat that. Haywire might can exile in Urza Saga, that could be good. Like, this must be the Chant Artifact Saga land deck, right? Something like this, maybe. Don't think I need much else. That Moseichu thing is rough for this deck. Yeah, I guess with 2 stirrings. Get scales down under a discard spell and then try to find lands with them. Hopefully do that. Now I wish it was Yawgmoth, then we could kill a thing. Well, Halfling would also be good. No discard spell, no turn 1 play. Have to take land here, but I got all the other things already anyway. And step fetches the Artora's Proving Ground. I don't know why, but the tri-lands are kind of dead. Like, they don't show their colors at all. Not on the border and not really on the artwork either. I always have to look. Alright, Urza Saga is quite sick here. I'm gonna play Worker and Ballista, I think. And now this time we got a lot of stuff going for us, not like game 1, where we kinda had nothing. Glad they didn't have a Force of Vigor. But like, can this deck play any? How many green cards does it play to exile it? In my deck can play it, so... Thankfully, this is also not the scariest Renin 6 matchup. I mean, it's a lot of card advantage, but it's so much better in the mountain deck, aka Indomitable Creativity. Alright, what you doing? If they Force of Vigor, my creatures are dead. Oh my god, that's even worse than that. That's so good. So we lose everything except Hardened Scales for 1 card. Blah. Yeah, ping that twice, I guess. Why does everyone run so much hate? So many hateful people around. They didn't play a land? No, they did. Do you want to make constructs? Probably not. Getting my day ruined by chance today. Oh my god. Didn't think that was gonna happen when I woke up today. Exile target artifact or enchantment? Are you absolutely kidding me? Why does it exile? Same as with Haywire Might. I don't understand that part. Like, why? Aren't green cards supposed to destroy stuff? Tear Asunder sounds not like it. The remains are gonna be, like, absolutely erased from existence, right? Weird stuff happening in Magic these days. I guess they had to do that so there's answers to the ring. Plan that in advance. Like, this is in every aspect a better naturalize. In that case, it didn't actually matter, but I just find it weird that it does that. Seasoned Pyromancer, that's a card I want to see more of. Instead of Terra Sunders and Brotherhood's Ends. Sick card advantage though with Ren and 6. No attacks. Interesting. I would definitely not block this. Huh. Triple Walker. Yes, I want one. Pretty sick here anyway. What's up, Hubi? Scales is so good, ATM. Scales is always good. But it's not like it got better or anything. Do you want to make a move here against some potential removal cards? Attack with Ravager and they block, I can sack the Worker. Put the counters here and have a 6/6. Let's try it. The 2 mana scales haven't. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's okay. That's already old news for me. I've been playing this deck a lot since that happened. But it was a big upgrade, that is for sure. But since the ring came out, the ring's really good against it. Kinda control decks with the ring are really good. Well, in this case it was actually good for me that Terrasunder exiled my Urza Saga. Since otherwise Tarmogoyf would be a 6/7. I heard the ring is pretty good. The ring is crazy. It's kind of a dumb card design. He could have made it fair, but the way he made it is a bit too good. Alright, Athanasia 0708, what are you doing? Fatal pushes my Walker. Does that mean they probably now have some sort of engineered explosives for my Thopter tokens? Like what the hell is this timing? Generally that doesn't make much sense right now. But I'm pretty sure one of the 5 cards is something that kills all of my things. Maybe another Brotherhood's End. But I'm never in 1,000 years beating that anyway. Still wonder why they wouldn't just push my Ravager down a cliff and keep the Goyf around. I play blue-white Temur, I'm not sure if I want to play the ring. Well, if you see how the ring plays or play it yourself, you're probably gonna come around. The ring is sort of a better planeswalker than any planeswalker ever. Like, forget Chase, forget Teferi, just play the ring. It draws so many cards and protects itself and shit. Wow, Fury. I feel like the opponent's dead now. You definitely needed to kill my Ravager, not my my Walker. What were you thinking, opponent? I guess they could have Force of Vigor. Would a Trump deck play Force of Vigor? Anyway, I got a 21 Ravager. Okay, wow, we won through Brotherhood's End, Terry Sander. That was quite sick. Thankfully we drew well. And the opponent, I think, misplayed. But now we got a chance again. In a good matchup. I understand it, but I'm thinking maybe I want to play Stony Silences. I don't know. I'm not a control player. Can't help you there, I'm sorry. Needle against Ren and 6 seems kinda made to me. It's really good, but I feel like I just wanna beat it by, you know, having board presence. Safekeeping. I would need something that protects my board from a Brotherhood's End, but I don't run white. What is the card called that white decks run nowadays? Where everything gets something like hexproof and indestructible or whatnot. Search of Salvation. You and permanents you control gain hexproof. Oh, and damage from black or red gets prevented. Also doesn't save you from that. But I think I'll just play it like this again. A needle to get off the Saga is pretty good. I think usually I want to have something proactive to get off of Saga. Like when I get it on turn 4 off of Saga, they already did some stuff with the Ren and 6. I'd rather get a Zabaz and try to kill the Ren and 6 in combat, TBH. But I'm not saying that's definitely correct. We got a Relic, and a Might, a Walker, and an Ozolith. Good hand. Are you ready to get it ripped apart by a Thoughtseize? Opponent mulligans to 5. Oh, okay then. You can Thoughtseize me on 5, I guess. I'm not an aggro player, not used to having damage to deal with Planeswalkers. Yeah, right, that's the two kinds of Magic players. I am definitely not really an aggro player. I play decks that have lots of interaction. This deck doesn't have that much interaction, but also I want to have a late game. I can't just play like Burn or Humans or Domain cards, decks that like don't have any. The old Thoughtseize bug. Decks that don't have any late game, I could never do that. Alright, let's start nibbling away that graveyard, I guess. Which is funny, because that means there's like 90% of decks I could never play. I like Hardened Scales and I like Goblins. And that's sort of it. Nice Ren and 6 opponent. Wait, Boseiju played out? Yeah, they mulligan to 5. We got lucky. Game 1 they destroyed us with the Ren and 6 Boseiju combo. It's possible I should play Walker. Like, no, it just dies to Ren and 6. If that wasn't around, I could play Walker and then Ozolith uptick, get it up to 3. Wow, saddest Ren and 6 ever. I feel actually sorry for the opponent. We're on the flat out plan though, so let's see if we can actually get this done. I could play different decks to each format. I only play Modern and Legacy. Okay. Thankfully we can remove that before it ever gets back. Legacy I only play Goblins and like... I play the Cloud Post deck. That's just a comfort pick for me. It's so chill to play. You just make your land drops and look intimidating. I like Death and Taxes. Not my first deck of choice, but it's pretty fun. But Goblins is cooler because it's a bit more aggressive. And also has... Like with Maxos, that's so beautiful when you get it down and you hit like 5 Goblins off the library. Ren and 6 is a disgusting card. People who play deserve to lose every game. For me, that card is... where is it? No. For me, the card that is disgusting and should never be played is this guy. Oh my god, they have the Brotherhood's End again. So we can draw a card and get 2 Thopters. Hey, Ultra Flood Out plan. That's pretty bad. And also that, obviously. Friggin' hate that card. Walker was a good draw though, but our engine's gone. I only play Modern in paper. I have this deck in paper too. I have lots of paper cards actually. Okay. 3 cards left. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Uh-huh. Verdant Catacombs. But I guess the Ren is going to die now. Sabaz is sick. Okay, do we want to get the Fable out of there? I kinda want to kill the Ren in 6, so I'm just gonna attack it with 2 Yawgmoths. That loses to a removal spell, I guess. Guess that's fine. Might attack with Walker too. But upticking sounds kinda better. It ran down, nice. Yeah, now I'll save this Walker. I can do the all block and uptick. So they probably won't attack with Goblin Shaman token. And now we have probably the better game position here. You may discard up to 2 cards. Discards a Verdant Catacomb, saves 1 card. So 2 unknowns in hand, one of them valuable. Maybe they want to play a Fury for 5 now, if they want to attack with the token. Wouldn't be good though. Okay. Yeah, I'll block. Wow, this just happens. What 5-drop do you have? That's so important to sacrifice your goblin. Oh, okay. Sure. Doesn't that just die again? Seasoned Pyromane? Maybe not quite. I like playing that grindy game. I don't like playing the Brotherhood's End game. Okay, but now Ren in 6 is gonna die again to the Thopters. That's funny. Walking Ballister. Pretty good turn for them. Yeah. But we're still ahead, I would say. So we want to get that out of here before it gets reflection. Does it even matter at this point? I might just play a Ballista with 3 counters. Yeah, that's better. Thing doesn't have haste, but as soon as it flips, Haywire might can't kill it anymore, so I'm kinda leaning on this Ballista now. But yeah, we could at least kill the Pyromancer. Say if they wanna kill my Ballista somehow. And then the reflection doesn't do anything if they have no creatures. What are you doing? What are you considering here? Okay. Just contemplating the doom now. We got super lucky. They had to mulligan to 5 and couldn't save this Boseiju to kill our stuff every turn. What's funny is that this deck's actually good, even without engine, against most of the mid-range stuff. Not all of it. If they have another Brotherhood's End, I'm gonna be so sad. Engineered explosives would wreck us. But then again, we kill the reflection and we might just Yawgmoth them. The weirdest part about this card is that it's not legendary. That is kind of weird. It still has the non-legendary creature you control, which originally was just that you couldn't copy Kiki-Chiki himself. But then again, that ability didn't cost mana, so... yeah, I don't know. They just kept that. Make the exact same text as Kiki-Chiki. Yeah, the opponent... 3 cards, what you got? He doesn't say another, yeah, right. Because of the non-legendary thing, they had to add that. I don't know why it's still there. Like, copying legends doesn't do that much for you anyway, but... yeah, they just wanted to keep the flavor from Kiki. Okay, Tarmogoyf. And... Hair is under. That card's annoying. I'll kill the reflection. Now it's Thopters versus the world. What is it, 10? So... this is actually awkward. We would need to deal 10 Thopter or 10 Yawgmoth damage. Come on, Ravager. I'd cast that. It's a nice old 7-8. I'll get Worker as basically a jump blocker. I attacked with the Yawgmoths, but I think we're gonna try to kill them on damage. Worker's a base means we can put 2 counters on something. Brotherhood's End is still GG. But who would run 2 of that and then draw it every game? I'm gonna do a little jump blocking here. Maybe targeting the base isn't great. Okay, they don't have removal. What you got? 2 cards. It's kind of like, nice, we win. I thought we were so done after game 2 looked kind of dire, but I think they threw the game in the trash when they targeted Hangerback Walker and not Ravager. But okay then. 2-2, let's try to get the positive record, nice. Alright, modern gamers, we won a die roll, finally. 5th try, let's go. Versus Chips Ahoy. The old Hardened scale, so it's a Saga 5 other lands. We have to mulligan this, it's rough, but I'm not gonna keep a 6-lander. Alright, that's also not a good hand. But I don't go to 5 looking for specifically more spells. But this is a pretty bad start. Opponent is also on 6 cards. We would need to draw into lots of gas to do much here. Would it Foothills? Would it be Indomitable Creativity? The answer might surprise you. Because it could be yes. What if we tried to go for like a 5/5 Yawgmoth Nexus? The problem is removal spells, but let's see what happens. Hit Rio Triumph, Forest Island Mountain. Oh my god. So we could sacrifice a lot of stuff and make a 5/5 Yawgmoth Nexus. But at this point it loses to Lightning Bolts. It's not amazing. Because you would also have to sacrifice the Welding Jar too. So maybe if I just did it when they were tapped out. But I don't know. Like if this is creativity, they might not have an answer until turn 4 for an Yawgmoth. But now it's not looking like we can get +8. Oh, Island. So it's actually not that. It's just Rhinos. Okay then. Rhinos is a better matchup than creativity in my experience. But our draw is so bad, we might still lose to the 4/4s. Worker. Can Worker do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's a no. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Said. But when we let them untap, they can have all kinds of interaction cards again. I mean, we could hit them to 9 in fact and have 2 lethal Yawgmoths. I think I gotta do something. Like I got nothing else going on this game. We move 4 here. We move 3 here, we attack for 6, so they go to 8. And then both Yawgmoths are lethal. The deck doesn't have that much interaction. They can have Fire Ice. What else? Brazen Borrow doesn't bounce lanes, but it blocks flying creatures, I guess. And it's sort of also a 2-turn clock here, so I guess we need this to go well. Oh, we did it, nice. That's actually amazing. Like, we had nothing. We would have drawn scales, so waiting could have also worked out. But either way, that was awesome. Chalice, Caverns. That's Jailer works against Cascade, right? Let's look up the wording again, I forget. But it's one of the reasons Jailer is a good sideboard card is because it works against lots of different things. This is the old wording. Exile cards from the top of your library, and then you cast it from exile, so yes. This doesn't work, because it's not in the library when they cast it. Yeah, that's it. We hope to grind through some Forces of Vigor. This matchup is pretty good, but they have usually 4 Forces of Vigors in the sideboard. So maybe Ballista isn't at its best. I can also take out some Stirrings. Maybe a Shattered Spire on the draw. Something like that. It's hard to trim with this deck. Could also trim Workers, but they're better against removal than Ballista, I think. That's a pretty good draw. We've been drawing well today, mostly. The good part about this deck is it's mana base. Like, you have almost a colorless deck. And you have, what, 12? 12 plus actually 2, so 14 sources of your green mana. Steam Vents. So they can't spell Pierce, since they're a Cascade deck. The deck doesn't really do anything on turn 1, does it? You could Force of Negation me. The counter spells are usually like Mystical Dispute. Yo, by the way, zero ring decks in 5 matches today. Still only 2-2. Might get iced here. That's their old Time Walk draw a card. Not quite, but Time Walk both players draw a card, sort of. Yeah, that's definitely ice. Sadly, this isn't instant. El Osolito. It's called Osolito in Spanish, I think, which is kind of funny. Or Italian. Just put an O in the end. I own one in... Oh no. I own one in paper that's Spanish or Italian. First of Vigor is so good because it always just kills our engine, and then that's how you lose to... Oh, okay. That's what I was gonna say, that's how you lose to 4 force. Looks like they don't have any land drop remaining. I cast my creatures and I played the Saga first, so just in case they have another of these, they can't kill it and something else while it creates its mana ability. What's up, EVC? When you play it, it's more of a Brozolith. Green-red. Fire on both of my creatures. Stomp. Okay, that's way better than getting fired. Can deal with getting stomped a little bit. Opponent, it's my end step still. What are you doing? Oh, another Force of Vigor. Holy shit. They play 4 of that in the sideboard every time. So if you have a 2-lander, you probably have like only interaction. You have the land and the Cascade card. No. I should have done this first, in case I find another. What's the Saga? Okay. It's quite sick, actually. They had to exile 2 Cascade cards to force me, so not the worst thing ever. Might set myself up to getting fired here. I wonder if they have Cascade spell left, or if they're just gonna cast a 4/3 Giant when they find their land. Awful how both their Cascade spells pitch to Force of Vigor. Dead. Okay. Yeah, Hangback Walker takes removal spells like a champ, kinda. Better when you have Ozolith or Scales, but still no land, huh? Sad times for the opponent here. I'll keep casting my dogs. Subtlety. Evoked. Another Cascade spell exiled. Wow. Sure. I like where this is going. Actually, might have chosen bottom. But Ravager is never wrong, is it? I wonder if they now last card have Cascade card. How many lands are in this deck? Okay, they found a Soaring City. Wow, they had 4 Cascade spells. But now they're on 0 cards and 12 life, we might win this. So we attack them down to 10, we play a Ballista, we play a Ravager. We attack them down to 8. Play another Ravager. I think it should be enough if we find land. Question is... do we take the 10? We could also block the Shardless Agent. 10 is a lot. So if they're at 10 and we have a Ballista and 2 Thopters, then we play 1 Ravager. We can make the Ravager a 3/3, make the Ballista a 4/4, that's not quite lethal. So we would need to find land to cast Ravager plus Ballista next turn to kill them. Kinda wild how their draw looked this game. 4 Cascade cards drawn and 2 Forces of Vigor, a Dead Gone, a Fire Ice, a Subtlety, and the Bone Crusher Giant. I mean, the deck's full of, like, this is this is the deck, right? But still. Okay, yeah, the agent is staying behind now. I hope they didn't find any interactive cards. I'm going to 12. But we still have 2 turns, so we just need to dodge more removal, I think. And if the opponent's top of library doesn't deliver, we can get him. Alright, does that do it? 2 Ravagers. We can make one a 3/3. Attack them down to 8. And then sack the 2 Thopters, then the Ravager is a 5/5. We can only deal 6 more. Sadly, we don't have, like, an Ozolith. If they don't block Ballista, they die. Otherwise, we at least force a jump block. But if we attack with all, we have to, and don't kill them, we are dead. Or have to use some counters on the Bone Crusher Giant. Three, 4, 5. Yeah, we can't quite kill them except if they don't block Ballista. But they just block with Shardless Agent. What if we make the biggest Ballista we can and kill the Shardless Agent, then they have to jump block with Bone Crusher. But then we lose to any single piece of interaction. Quite tough spot. Like, the biggest Ballista we can make is a 6/6. Also not that amazing. I'm definitely playing my 2 Ravagers out. I think I'll just attack them to 8 and hope to kill them next turn. We have to dodge them drawing a removal card in 2 cards, like the one they have right now and next draw step. Watch him roll. Okay. I can make a Ravager into a 5/5 and block a Rhino, which threatens a lethal Ballista, but I would lose everything else. I can make a Ravager 3/3 and block Bone Crusher and then move the counters onto Ballista. Most of these lines lose to any removal spell. Oh shit, what up? I could just jump block Bone Crusher with a Ravager. That's probably not his removal best. They can't deal 4 to me, right? Yeah, let's do it this way. Because we're gonna wanna leave a Ravager around. We're not beating another turn of attacks anyway, I think. This doesn't have trample. Modular onto the Ballista, I guess. Yes. We go to 4. Tight game. Sabas is pretty sick. That's better playing but Sabas than upticking Ballista. They have something. Okay. They have to block. And then Ballista kills them. Don't have to do anything else. Can force out a removal spell maybe. But if... okay. I feel like now we got it through a removal card. Like the way they go to 3 and Ravager has Modular. They would need to block Ravager plus kill the Ballista. But then they still die. To pinging phase. This is like old school affinity plays. Nice! Alright, clutched out the 3-1. I almost thought we were gonna go down 1-3 or something. What is this? Earn Magic Online Championship Series qualifier points and try to qualify for each season's championship event. Interesting. Alright, what's in the box? What's in the box? Chest, I guess. Breeding pool? Probably not worth a lot, but Nature's Will. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, tap all lands that player control and untap all lands you control. Funny. Breeding pool. Probably not worth a lot, right? Looks like it's the original version though. Not a lot. Should have sold streamer. Right, anyway, we got a 3-1. We lost to Yawgmoth, which is just rough if they draw well, and... what else did we lose to? Oh yeah, and Murktide. They also just kinda steamrolled us a little bit with counter spells and good draws. But the list's good. We didn't fight any rings. Put the cards in your sideboard and you're not gonna face any. So if you're on YouTube, thanks for watching. Super lucky, or super happy that many people watch my leaks. See you in the next one. And would help to press the like button and shit, you know how it works. If you're on Twitch, we'll do another one now because we're already here. So see you there.